Aí galerinha, vou botar aqui ó no jogo aí do Tolão vs SGE. Fica com o vídeo. Fica com o jogo.
The bomb go down. So from Liquid's perspective, at least they get a plant off of it. That was given. Oh, is that a good Molotov?
Looks like it, yeah. Taco's gonna lose a bunch of health to it. Sure, he gets his footing into the ladder room. And Nico doesn't seem to have spotted that. Now Taco's gonna peek wide. Nico's right there. Clothesline of a headshot. Sure, but Olaf is near. You've got to be careful with this one. You can see the counter-terrorists of FaZe looking to make moves, whether it be Rain on ramp or Olaf towards Cat. They are not giving up all their map control.
Isn't this crazy? We're seeing Taco in ladder room. We never saw FaZe think about ladder room control at all. They almost never killed anybody in window from here. It's already quite a contrast from their opponents. Olaf here on Cat, though. He's afraid to do what Nafly did in the first half. That was push off, seek out information, try to even up. Again, FaZe are down a round. A lot of good map control here for Liquid. And you can tell, even though they're somewhat comfortable sitting in their sights, there's kind of anxious rotations going around. Guardian doesn't know where he can be most useful.
Down to that 30-second crunch time. Looking to cram their way into the B site. Olaf with an off angle. He's got himself some cover. Clotheslines Nitro right away. Spots the shoulder of another body and hits the headshot. 15 seconds left, and it's a 3 versus 2 for Liquid. But those flames need to fade, and Guardian does not stop either on the cross. Bomb planted. It's theirs. FaZe on the retake already. Guardian not supposed to find frags like that. Now Rain comes out from the door, and Taco's trying to find a bit of cover here, trying to keep him from extending into the bomb site. Rain just wants to find Naf, but where's he gotten off to? Which corner is he behind? He's right there and traded in time. Guardian knows that Taco's over here. He's got to be even closer now. The flash, the last piece of a utility. He's got the kit as well. It is FaZe to 13. 2 versus 3 on that site. What a wallbang from Guardian.
That is nuts, man. That clutch is unreal. Liquid have absolutely got to be kicking themselves. That's not even supposed to be a clutch round. That's just supposed to be a 2v1 easy. You lock that down, no problem. But I love how even Rain jocks for position in the site. The way that he snuck to empty pillar, and then the way that he threatened the cat player to fall back, that was Taco. He came in late, got spotted by Guardian later on. So his reposition was due to, you know, Rain making presence in the way that he did. And even though he gets killed, look at Guardian.
Swift trade frag. Guardian getting that 3-piece. I feel like that flashbang kind of scares Taco into the open.
Clearly wants to end the round early. Thinks maybe Guardian's going to scope up on an angle. Don't want to take this 50-50 here. Maybe I can catch him tapping the bomb. No good. They do get mid-control again. It wasn't good enough for them last time. What will change here?
Probably more attention towards ladder room. Remember, that's where Taco kicked it all off from previously. However, while the smokes are down, they get themselves into the cusp of connector, only then to die. Nico catching Nitro by surprise, and Elige now has to run forward. Sure, he's cleared window, that's his. But it's still a man up for FaZe, and Rain wants to go for the peak. Elige just finding himself around the corner.
4 to 3, but oh, twist. Saw an opportunity. Molotov's going to open things up, but Olaf is too creative.
Right, changes his position slightly on catwalk. That's where he managed to work his way forward last round. And it falls onto Naf. Already spotted and dealt with swiftly. Rain drops him, and FaZe, I mean, we talked about it. This CT side is always stellar, and right now, it's rock solid.
It's rock solid on A and on B, which is insane. No, FaZe are making Liquid look like Nip. So that's not supposed to be offensive, but considering the stature of the teams right now, that is kind of crazy because FaZe seem like they were out of form. Liquid should be on form.
This is what I tried to mention too, right? We haven't seen Liquid here in Moscow challenged. They took down Swole Patrol. They bested Avant-Garde. But we've got FaZe now down the barrel. Enjoying the moment. I'm sure it feels good for these guys to kick off a series with a lopsided start.
Definitely. And a critical map, obviously. So how do Liquid change this up? In the setup phase of the round, they go get mid-control, no problem. One thing that's different from the style that FaZe played their T-side was they threw in more than 1 or 2 fast execs, whether that was on Cat. All Liquid have done is throw a fast Cat exec where they got ladder room control and then sat and waited.
Right.
They haven't done anything towards connector, and I don't blame them. Nico has had a fantastic tournament. Top performer at the whole event, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't recall.
Something like that, up there, you know, in the top 3. But he is locking it down. He's very proficient at connector. I'm not surprised they don't want to bully him, but they also can't be scared. And all these players are threats. Liquid playing the long con here. They spent half their money. They're playing against match point. They're not expecting to win this round, though it's not off the table.
And 7 map points. I mean, that is a daunting task. So if they can rob this one away, I'm sure they will sigh a breath of relief. Nico with an off angle. Smoke's gonna go past him. Just has to readjust slightly. Will still catch Elige. Taco tries to trade frag, but he's already fallen back into the cover. So, Nico, unscathed, does actually fall to Taco in the end. It seems as though Taco goes charging forward. 40 seconds up. They have convinced the players on Ticket Booth to give them a little bit of space, but Olaf now comes up from connector stairs.
They've got window control, but they don't have a smoke for connector, so they can't get this plant.
Right, but that kill's certainly going to help. They need to drop another body off Ticket, and then suddenly they can go for it. But Olaf and Rain, they're combining for kills. It's a flurry of frags here to the favor of FaZe. Just Taco left, and he is split between 2 CTs, 1 Ticket, and 1 gone. A huge reposition from Olaf Meister. Rain's going to round the corner just as Taco comes off bomb. Not even with a plant. 8 to 15, 7 map points. What a challenge that lies ahead.
Absolutely, and they try and try. And this is nuts because Taco gets in such a strong spot in this jungle area, recovers a gun, is able to take out Kerrigan on Cat, and just being here. So what could be a prime after plant spot, but they don't have a way to put the bomb down safely opposite default or opposite triple. And so if they want to plant default, they have to have CT control where there are 2 CTs as well. I'm sure they wish that they invested more, but how could they have known it would have gotten so close?
Of course. Hindsight 2020. Mirage 15-8. Right now, Liquid decide to wait, and I don't blame them. FaZe, individually speaking, all seem to be on point.
Man.
Wouldn't put it past them to get aggressive, but for now, they'll just sit back and relax.
Small opportunity missed. It's no sweat off their back. They've been great playing off their back, not having mid control. You can see the CTs gelling into some new adjustments. Nico, once again, seeking out information on connector. They've got Olaf on Cat, so unless someone went ahead with a crazy lurk into ladder room, he doesn't necessarily have to be terrified of it. You still hears these footsteps. It's 45 seconds left, and they've got less done than they have on previous rounds.
It's a heavy hitting nade, but Nico, all the same, does peek out from windowsill, catching himself the bomb carrier of all things. That's so much information. Still, it'll be another kill for FaZe. 25 seconds up, and it's the cat control that seems to be the issue. Guardian's shot does not connect, and they could plant for this. Sure, the smoke misses the mark for the most part, but it's still good enough. The bomb plants down, and now Elige instantly rips a head clean off, twists into the 1 versus 2, or it's FaZe Clan winning Mirage. And he's only gonna find some safety towards fire. A double flashbang on Guardian. Also the carrier of the kit. Twists, a talented kid. Sees the head of the first one, executes Kerrigan, walks out into the open, trying to take the duel. Guardian just hammering these rounds down range. He walks in, and it's Liquid still fighting. 6 more to go.
Fantastic 1v2 from Twist. As soon as that one flashbang comes cascading over the site, he knows exactly where both players are coming from. Killing the rifler as well was the most important thing. The op has less mobility, goes on cycle every time it shoots. Knows that Guardian's in a much worse position if he takes out Kerrigan first. And they finally get that clutch round. They finally do it. You know, this could be a confidence boost for them, but going up against, hearing that sound, that could be every last round. That might be too much.
This is something fresh from FaZe. We've never seen a double man underpass setup, but it makes sense. Think about how Liquid were working lower mid last round. It's a direct counter to it, and poor Twists possibly walking into his death. Olaf's close, shoulder spotted, kill's not there, but he will win the duel. Now Nico's activated, swinging out wide, catching a couple of kills. Sure, he falls in the end, but he's done his job at least. And all the while, Kerrigan gets curious inside of the apps. Twists falls back, and Rain pushes forward. Elige spotting him.
Oh my God. They know exactly what's going on. They got the big flank coming out. But Liquid, when they saw that, what does that mean for them? How are they going to use NAF here? Can they fall back? Are they screwed no matter what?
Man, FaZe playing so proactive right now, just poking and prodding them from so many directions. It's confirmation that he is in ramp. Rain gets around the corner 1 step further, and he's cleared. So, Guardian and Kerrigan left over.
Oh my God.
They're gonna have to be cautious on their footing when it comes to the cross, but Kerrigan's gonna hold off on pulling the trigger. Now he gets the confirmation of 2. Runs forward, hits them both. It's all on Nafly now. 25 seconds to work. He falls downwards, cutting it into the 1 versus 1, but it's versus the Opper for FaZe. At a patient positioning here inside of Connector. Again, holding off on the cross. Naf can just plant this bomb, but instead, he walks in, he's dead. Guardian takes it, and just like FaZe, successful in the 16th there. It is the A site lockdown, a very proactive play from so many of the FaZe members, Mohan. I mean, wow, never giving Liquid or anyone on that team a chance to breathe.
Absolutely, yeah, I love that point, highlighting the proactivity of FaZe. And every single round on CT side, you know, they were, if not more proactive than even Liquid were, and that was one of the best things about their game. But damn, FaZe looked like a brand new team. This is a pretty solid map from them, and suddenly they don't feel like the underdog at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's definitely the kind of map that bolsters your confidence. I think that Thorin made a really good point on the desk earlier when Avant-Garde were playing, where it's like, if you start off on your map choice and you can win that, then all of a sudden the series seems so much more solidified.
Yeah.
Right? They've done their job and they did it straight out of the gate. So clearly good form for FaZe Clan, picking up Mirage, their choice. But of course, there is still a couple more maps to come, folks. Inferno up next, I believe.
Yeah.
And that puts everything in question. So we'll see you there for map 2 in our second semifinal.
Why do we love sport? It's a celebration and a lot of work. It's months of preparation. It's all about the team and an opponent. It's adrenaline, speed, skill, victory. The G Drive, it's powerful.
I've been there since the beginning. Every map, every flag. With knowledge comes power, and power is to be wielded wisely, which is why, as the expert, I bet with Betway for the love of the game.
Hide your word.exes because we're back here on the analyst desk. And of course, we could not be doing this without Twitch, the best and only official streaming partner of Epicenter 2018. That goes as a shout out to all of you in Twitch chat right now that are spamming Monk S, that are typing F, that are doing all of the crazy emotes that you people do. And of course, we got a couple emotes up here themselves. We got Duncan the Hysterian, the esports Hysterian, and then we do have Maniac. Guys, not really shaping up what Liquid thought they were going to do here. When you get 2 pistols, what happens?
Exactly. Liquid won both the pistol rounds. Imagine telling someone, right, this scenario. Liquid's going to win both pistol rounds. Nico's only going to get 17 kills. Like, Naf and Twists are all going to be going off. Like, this sounds like a Liquid win all day long. But you look at the game, even though Liquid got to 9 rounds, the whole game was FaZe Clans. They were just in control the entire time. It was looking fabulous from them.
Oh no, absolutely. Their T side was really surprising for me. I knew that on CT they had the potential to really beat Liquid, and which they actually did. You know, I think they were up 8-2 or 8-3 or something at CT, so that I knew it would happen. But the T side, damn, they were able to play slow and control. Suddenly they would put in that very quick A split that they have. I hope people are starting to realize what's happening here. They have this tactic where 2 people instantly run into connector from middle, and 3 people are throwing nades over the A side.
Yes.
Everyone gets surprised. I hope someone is going to notice this because it's always working. And yeah, the T side from FaZe was impressive. Tactic, slow and fast. Obviously individuals, and I mean everyone chiming in. I think, yeah, between 17 and 20 kills for about everyone on the scoreboard. So a very good map for FaZe.
And obviously, if I say Nico only has 17 kills, the problem there is you're thinking, right, well, he's been the guy carrying the team, you know, it's not going to work. Well, Carrigan has 21 kills, and obviously one of the areas where you know he's going to be playing is that B site on Mirage. Played it pretty well. Like, I noticed one of the things he does, which is one of the differences in how you play that spot, is if you're a power player, you play like up close, you're trying to shoot people, spray them when 3 come out. If you're someone who knows you're not the strongest player and you're playing against really good aimers, all you try to do is have weird off angles every time. You want to get that first kill guaranteed, know that they're coming in, be able to get help from your other guy. So I think he did a very, very good job there, considering this is a guy who we're now just judging on how he plays the game. We're not taking into account the intangible of like what's he doing tactically, etc. So he has to be able to find a way to contribute himself. But people forget this. In 1.6, this is a guy who was one of the more prominent players, and he wasn't an in-game leader at the time. He was someone, he wouldn't like to be the best player on the team, but he was someone who contributed, was like a hybrid player. So I have to say congrats to Carrigan for this map.
Yeah, Carrigan definitely tipping the hat in your way right now as we do load up some highlights. But I guess on the other side, we could start to talk about where Liquid really kind of fell apart. Because honestly, yes, we're going to be going into their pick of Inferno next, but here Mirage, this would have been a solid place for them to get a start.
I mean, we have questioned like the psychology behind Liquid, right? The fact that they can have sometimes mental breakdown sort of when they're playing. I think now is going to be a big challenge because I don't think they saw that batter coming on Mirage. I don't think they expected to lose that, frankly. So now they're going to Inferno, they're going to have to reset. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they disappeared. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying this is a possibility because now they are facing elimination, sort of. You know, if they lose Inferno, that's it. That's done. And I think they probably came into this tournament thinking this is our tournament, this is our final. At least make it to the final, probably play Na'Vi. But now they actually have to fight for their lives against FaZe in semi-final, which is a little bit like what happened in New York. You know, they were in final against Mousesport. They were supposed to win that final. They were really close to winning it. They end up losing it. I want to see how they react after losing this first map.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously another factor. Is like, you've been in a million finals, you haven't won. So you're thinking like, right, I've got to get back to the final. This time I'm going to win. It's like, you can't even take that for granted, man. I mean, that's the thing always about FaZe Clan. Sure, they didn't look like it coming in this match, but when you have names like that, it only takes them playing good on one map, and they've all of a sudden got these heavy hitters. All of a sudden, amazingly, as we saw in this game, you haven't got the crazy skill advantage. Like, your trio is supposed to be able to take care of all these guys. Hey, we can match Nico. Who else is even going to come to play? Everyone did to some degree. Like, Guardian wasn't that great, but you see there's a whole bunch of highlights in this highlight package. So whatever kills he did get were impact kills. He won the 1v1 at the end there. And every single time I saw a single player from Team Liquid on the face cam, it was always someone who had, like, sort of a depressed looking
like
expression.
Yeah.
No one looked fired up. Like, even when they won the rounds,
Like
you know,
that.
like, yeah, no one's like winning the rounds, like, oh, don't worry about that. Like, oh, we're doing really well. Like, getting really psyched up when they win a 1v1. It's almost like they're waiting for the inevitable.
Yeah, the positives, you could just feel the vibes through the glass of the booths down there. I mean, we were just in the arena. We could really get a feel for what was going on within the arena, and it seemed as though, while I guess they sort of have some sort of tie here to Guardian, they're primarily behind this FaZe Clan.
They are obviously, you know, Guardians. It's a CIS, right? So people are going to cheer for Guardian. I was just looking at the stats and thinking, both teams are actually pretty equal in terms of fragging, and still this is 69. So I think it goes to show that this was actually a close map in terms of rounds, at least clutches. And in that regard, I think FaZe played much better. The 2v2, the 3v3, they won almost all of them. So yeah, a game of clutch.
Game off clutch. Well, actually, we are privileged enough to catch up with the coach of Liquid. That's right, Zeus. We do have an interview with him that was recorded prior to this matchup. So we're going to go ahead and check out what he had to say, as I'm sure it's a banger. Perhaps not. Okay.
Hello guys, we are proceeding to make live from EPICENTER and asking a question about the interesting people and from interesting people. Hello, Wilton, how are you?
Good, how are you, man? Good to be back.
Good to be back as always, you know, glad to see you every time. As I can see, like a few minutes ago, you making a photos or some video, so you were looking at your guys and they were like smiling and all the face. How do you feel about this?
We're always excited. It's fun to play in front of the crowd. It's a little different experience coming in with a car. Hope we don't crash in the beginning. But it looks beautiful. Stage looks beautiful. Crowd really hyped us up. Everyone was happy. So I think everyone's happy with it.
And all of this, it's a part of our culture, you know, because when we're playing online, it's really something different. And here you can feel it. But no, a lot of players can really enjoy it. So, as I see, your players really enjoy it, like smiling, it's energy or something like this. Okay, what about your opponent?
I mean, it's FaZe Clan. They aren't in the best of phases right now, no pun intended. But they are always a tough opponent playing on stage. They have the talent. If they show up, it can be one of those matches. Right now, I think we are an amazing team. It should be a really good match, and we have to try to save our energy because hopefully we want to be in this final.
It's not the future. The future, it's a final. But when you will beat FaZe, maybe, who knows, you will face Na'Vi. And do you know that they never won against you during the LAN tournaments?
Yeah, of course we know that. It's our job to know that. Na'Vi's an amazing team, but over the last few times that we met, at least with this roster, we've always came up on top. I remember there was even some rivalry between Naf and Simple in the middle because they both trash talk themselves a little bit, not too much, just a little, just playfully. And if we make that finals, I think it's the final everyone wants to see. Who's the number 2 right now?
Yes, my friend. I'm sure that really everybody wants to see this final, but who knows? Who knows? Because we have one game before.
And that was the last time we heard from Don Stepan. No, I'm kidding. We actually had to cut it off right there. Of course, we do need to start talking a little bit about our next map, which is Inferno. Guys, going into Inferno, this is Liquid's pick. They should feel confident even after losing on Mirage. Yes. This is one that you think that they would come in heavily prepared for and ready to maybe bring this one back.
This is a fabulous map for Team Liquid. Like, this is, for me, easily their best map in the map pool. I think, again, unfortunately, with Astralis existing in this world, there are many maps in which Astralis is the best team in the world. So let's take them out of the equation. They're not this tournament. Team Liquid is the best team after Astralis on this map. They're good on both sides of the map. It actually suits their style of play. Like, funnily enough, they are very, very good at managing the economy on this map. Sean does too, and maps like that, we've seen them have their issues. This is also a map, I think, where this is actually a theme I've generally noticed in my career, is like when a team's really, really good on a map, one of the reasons it starts is you have players on the CT side where they fit all their positions. It's very rare you have a guy out of position. So I look at this map like Naf, I think he's the guy who plays over at the B site still. He's a guy who's fabulous when he's over there. Like, I think this is a real solid one for Liquid.
I agree. Not only is Inferno a really good map for Liquid, it has been a little bit of a shaky, rough patch for FaZe right now. I'm just looking and I see a lot of red in the results of FaZe on Inferno. I lost against Na'Vi, Astralis, Hellraisers, North. They also lost against ENCE at this tournament. So Inferno is probably not one of the best maps of FaZe at the moment. One of the problems they have, notably as City, I think, is that they completely give up on banana control. And to me, that is an issue. Nico and Kerrigan, they accept to play the B side.
Yes.
Completely isolated, they have no information.
It's very passive.
So people usually abuse it, so they just execute on them with tons of smokes and molotovs, and it's extremely hard to control the B side and to counter and execute. So I think they're going to have to take banana way more than they did, for example, against ENCE, because Liquid are going to punish them. Liquid will take banana all the time if they're allowed to.
Yeah, and that obviously it shows how the FaZe clan has evolved. Because remember, evolution doesn't actually always mean it gets better. It means you just change over time. So one of the areas where this map really fell away from them is they used to be monsters on the CT side of this map. Like, they would lock off that banana. You just could not come in there. You were dead instantly because Nico's going to absolutely wreck you if you get up there. So this is another map where